Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. After years of waiting and wondering and tons of what ifs, one of my most anticipated games, Ready or Not, is finally pushing out their massive full release patch, and I couldn't be happier about what's on the menu. With a massive overhaul to everything we've already experienced in the game, more content, weapons, and tools in our arsenal, and most importantly to me, a fully fleshed out single player campaign experience, I might finally get to play the type of tactical shooter I want to play, not just the kind we're forced to play in the modern age. The stuff that got me hooked on gaming as a kid were the original Tom Clancy games, Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon. I've always been a total and complete sucker for story-driven single-player and co-op tactical shooters, and that desire to play more of them has really never gone away. After the genre got basically scrubbed out of existence by Call of Duty turning modern war games into action films and then saturating the genre with progressively more soulless campaign attempts, I felt for years like it might just be pointless holding on to even a slim hope that I'd get to play another FPS campaign that made me feel as immersed as those old classics, like the Tom Clancy games, SOCOM Navy SEALs, SWAT, Full Spectrum Warrior, Conflict, or Delta Force. Believe it or not, before the obsession with speed and movement and this go-go-go mentality around FPS gameplay, there was a time when slow-paced, immersive military games didn't just exist but thrived, providing a cerebral experience that tested your patience as much as your reflexes and your quick thinking. Throughout my time playing Ready or Not in the alpha and beta phases, I felt like I had maybe finally found the game that could bring back that feeling of slowly building tension as you carefully moved further into the unknown with every step, in an environment punishing enough to send you straight to that game over screen after a single misstep or lapse in judgment. To me, the thing that gets me most excited about Ready or Not is ironically one of the things that I think many players probably dislike about the game. It's not a PvP-focused experience, and instead it has a surprisingly single-minded commitment to just creating an immersive simulation that puts you in the shoes of an operator leading a team on high-risk missions, either with a squad of AI companions or with your real-life buddies. In my opinion, the tactical shooter is not served very well by PvP gameplay. Don't get me wrong, there are some very fun games that have tried many different mixtures of tactical shooter and PvP FPS. But I don't think any of them have ever really been able to get it just right. That perfect combination of immersion and competition just doesn't really seem to exist. The competitive nature of online PvP gaming means that inevitably someone is going to find something that breaks the experience. And once it starts, it never stops. It just gets worse. The fun part of PvP is winning, and the faceless opponent on the other end of the screen does not care if you're immersed or having a good time, they just want to win. I've played basically all of the modern PvP games under this tactical shooter umbrella, and it always seems to end up the same. It's fun until someone forces it to stop being fun, and the community adopts a tactic that basically requires everyone to change how they play because a few mechanics can be exploited to dominate the entire game. In a single player or co-op mission setting though, the AI can basically serve as paid actors that help to create a sense of immersion that I would argue simply cannot be achieved by dropping 10 or 20 random people into a lobby and hoping that they play nice against each other. AI enemies can have animations, reactions, and behaviors that could never be expected of an actual player. They can be scripted specifically to enhance the experience for you, the player, and to suck you into the simulation you're playing to make it more believable. They're not always going to be perfect, and oftentimes they're almost laughably inept or radically overpowered, often with very little middle ground between the two. But as anyone who has played Ready or Not since their big AI update earlier this year knows, the enemies in Ready or Not are intense, smart, and reactive in ways that not many other games can match, and they absolutely add value and replayability to an already great experience. The enemies vary in equipment and skill level from nearly naked junkies with a cheap pistol to fully armored militia wielding assault rifles. And you absolutely can feel the difference between enemies that are meant to be experienced and alert paramilitaries, or rookies that happen to be in the trap house when SWAT comes knocking. They hide from you in closets and underneath beds, they fake surrendering and pull a knife on you when you're not looking, they play dead and get back up only to shoot you in the back if you don't pay attention, they reposition and call in backup that flanks you where you least expect it, and it all adds up to one of the most intense and satisfying PvE experiences I've had playing FPS games in the last couple of years. And that's not even mentioning the friendly AI. I can't say it enough times, but there's just a serious lack of games in the modern day that let you control a squad, come up with plans, and give orders that are deeper than go over there or shoot that guy. Even the modern Ghost Recon games don't have any depth to how you can use your AI companions, and that's one of the series that started the tactical shooter genre in the first place. Even in its beta phase though, Ready or Not has a pretty robust squad command system for solo players to use, and it's pretty smooth, allowing you to split your teams into groups and set them up in different areas, choosing breach tactics and letting you synchronize it all with a go command that sets the action in motion when all the pieces are in place. It wasn't perfect, but it worked more often than not. And besides some pathing issues and the occasional jankiness, it was pretty immersive and it let you do some pretty cool things. So wasn't I surprised when just this morning as I was working on this video, the developers of Ready or Not, Void Interactive, dropped a 10-minute video specifically detailing just how much they've improved the SWAT companions, their intelligence, speed, reactions, animations, immersive behavior, and your ability to command them and set up plans of attack. Visually, I'm really impressed with this showcase. The AI is so reactive to the situations they're in, covering the proper angles, moving their muzzle to let teammates pass by, slowly sweeping doors before moving into an unknown area, adjusting their positions during a breach reactively based on what's happening and the positions of their teammates, arresting suspects and securing evidence naturally instead of waiting for you to tell them to. It all looks so good, and I can tell I'm going to be more immersed in these tactical scenarios than maybe any other game before this. From a gameplay standpoint, I'm over here drooling at the prospect of a full single-player campaign where I get to control a team of AI this sophisticated and well scripted. We've gotten next to no hints about what the story's going to be like, how the campaign will play out, or what kind of objectives we can expect. I really do hope they take advantage of the randomization that they've been carefully crafting over the last few years, where a map feels different every time you play it because of where the enemies end up spawning, patrolling, and congregating to fight you. It's really impressive to me how you can play the same map 3 times in a row in this game and still feel like you have to carefully check every single room and corner, because you truly do not know whether someone is hiding in that bathroom with a shotgun. But that being said, I'm also hoping for some good story content, including cutscenes, voiceover, characters with names and faces that we get to know, at least a few scripted events and missions, and chances for your teammates to showcase their personality, so that when they inevitably do get shot in the next mission, you actually feel something more than, oh well, there goes Jim, I guess. I'm pretty confident that we are in for a treat with the Ready or Not campaign and the 1.0 release. The whole time that I've played this game, the devs seem to have this pattern of long periods of silence followed by a massive update that totally improved the game. And I don't think this will be any different. I'm expecting very good things out of this update, and I truly hope to be surprised by what we end up getting. Whether that's hopium or copium, I'll let you decide, but that's really all I have to say today. I hope you enjoyed listening to me rant and rave about the long dead, but soon to be resurrected tactical shooter genre. And be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for checking out the video. I've got links to my Twitch stream and Discord server down below for anyone interested. And until next time, stay safe out there, my friends.